Hey folks, welcome to Market Intraday Analysis by InTheMoneyStocks.com, your leaders in pure technical analysis, avoiding all that Wall Street hype. Today, Wednesday, February 17th, 2010. Well, folks, the markets are hovering just slightly positive today with the Dow up about 20 points, Nasdaq up 6 points, and the S&P 500 up about 2.25 as we continue to trade in the afternoon session on this Wednesday. Now, a couple key things to go over on the charts as we pop the charts up here for you all to view. Number one, the markets are kind of going whippy right now. Just in the last 20 minutes, we're starting to whip back and forth after the FOMC policy statement was made, giving us a little better outlook on what the Federal Reserve is seeing in the markets. Initially, we started down, then we rallied back up. Now we're starting back down again, and the market's really not sure which way to go. Looking at today's activity, though, in comparison to yesterday's, you have to say to yourself, this market continues to be in a sideways, tight range throughout the day of today. What do I mean by that? Well, just take a look at where we started the day. The market started up here near the 110.35 level. Now, the 110.35 level is a very unique level because it was a master level of mine that I gave to all our premium subscribers yesterday, and then we utilized it to get off a couple beautiful shorts this morning on the market. Sure enough, that was a beautiful call as the market initially pulled back, then bounced, then ultimately fell back down. And at this point was where I gave the chat room the alert to go long. Long, why would you go long at this point? Because you have a trend line here, a major thick trend line signaling major support pivot high from yesterday, but you also have gap fill. So gap fill gets tagged right here at 109.75, and then off of that point, you can see the move up we had. We moved all the way back up, essentially towards the highs of the day, back above the 110 or right up to that 110.35, 110.30 level for a beautiful, you're talking about a 50-cent move there in the spiders. Unbelievable. Now, what we've really done again today, as I said, is really stay patient on this market, to really watch this market and just be patient, understanding that today is generally an inside day. What do I mean by an inside day? Well, when you have a big move like yesterday, oftentimes you'll get a pause day in the markets, and that is essentially what we're seeing today in the markets. Look at how the market has just stayed sideways, just slightly positive today. That's exactly what you would refer to as a pause day, and exactly what we're seeing today. Now, the spiders are starting to sell off a little bit here, and again, if we bring up the dollar, let's take a look at that dollar and see what that's telling us. The dollar is just off the highs of the day. Here's the UUP chart, and what a move on the dollar index of the UUP. Unbelievable, negating everything and more from yesterday's move down. And that's significant because yesterday the markets rallied because the dollar fell. Today the dollar's rallying and the markets are not falling. Now you might say, well, why is that? I don't understand what's going on. Well, a lot of optimism. All of a sudden we're starting to see that euphoric state again come back to the markets, which in general tells me that we're probably getting near to the end of this run. Maybe there's a little left in the tank. But remember, when euphoria sets in, that's generally the end of the move. And again, that's what we seem to be seeing here. And you're seeing, even though the dollar is gaining strength, it's mostly on the fact that people think the U.S. economy is that much stronger out there. In addition, the global economy is in not such a mess either. So all these combined, and the overall positive view on the global economy, on the U.S. specifically, you can say that the dollar's moving up, and the market overall, the stocks overall, are saying, you know what, things are getting better, so we're going to rally as well, and it's keeping the indexes up. Certain stocks that are keeping the market up, you could look at Deere, DE, up $2.40 here. They had unbelievable earnings, beat by 3 times what analysts had expected. That's just a fantastic move. IBM is another one, up 82 cents. That's accounting for a nice little move in the Dow as well. And remember, we're not up much. The markets are just flat to slightly higher, but this is what's keeping the market up. These are a couple of the stocks that are keeping the market up specifically. All right, so you can just take a look at those. Let's take a look at a couple other things in the Dow today. 3M is basically flat, down 14 cents. Not a whole lot doing there. Let's take a look at JP Morgan, a financial. That's down a little bit. It's actually starting to fall a little as the market is starting to come in as well. So keep an eye on that, and we'll continue to update you in the afternoon session. Oil and gold. Let's talk about oil and gold. Right now, you would think with the dollar soaring today, oil and gold would be down significantly. That's not the case. Why? Because overall, when the economy gets better, demand for commodities like oil are going to rise. Therefore, it's negating the dollar move again, which is a very important aspect to grasp on what's going on here with the commodities, why the commodities aren't down today. And that's exactly why, folks. All right, so keep that in mind, and you want to go forward and really understand it. Now, again, folks, I released the hidden gem for February today in the Research Center. I already gave some swing trade buys and some swing trade sells in the Research Center that I was holding that they all knew about. I unloaded my Verizon today at $29.35 from $28.62. That was a swing trade from last week that all the Research Center people had. In addition, I did pick up something on the long side certified. However, again, I can't reveal that based on the fact that it is for premium service members of the Research Center and the chat room as well. All right, so those guys obviously know if you're not with us, you need to join up and get it. In addition, I put on some key stocks on the Pro Trader watch list. Those have been initiated. U.S. Steel was the biggest one here. I put out an alert to short U.S. Steel on the Pro Trader watch list right here at 51.75. It's already about $1.75 in the money on that short on U.S. Steel. No brainer. As you can see here, guys, look at this. Touched the 50 moving average, and look at the drop. Right here is where I initiated the short, right here at the 50 moving average on that, and look at the drop it's had. Unbelievable call there. And that's all Research Center, folks. $49.99 a month gets you everything, included all those calls, all the guidance, all the hardcore education on technical analysis that we do. Literally every night I do 40-minute videos on hardcore technicals, giving outlooks, guidance, calls in those videos, along with hot charts and alerts, Pro Trader watch list, daily market report, you name it, it's out there. It's available, plus the hidden gems that was just released today, all for that $49.99 a month. In any case, folks, have a wonderful rest of the evening. We will talk to you all tomorrow. Take care.